So I'm not sure what's going to happen to Kevin Durant, but if I'm Kevin Durant, I have one thing I'm going to do right now, and that's going to be get out of here. Um, Kevin Durant right now is in a situation with the team of Brooklyn Nets that are building, and the question you got to ask yourself is if he comes back from this MCL injury and he's anything like before, like himself before, is Brooklyn a title contender? And I think we all can say the answer to that is no. Um, yeah, you have Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas has been going off the last 4 games. All right. He had 19, 40, 40, 40, over 40 the last 3 games. But they're 1-3. They're not winning games. They have a tough role. Half the season still needs to be played, and they're not expecting Kevin Durant until probably end of February, and hoping that he can get ramped up in time for April for a late push to get home court advantage or to get a good spot. Because if they have to play in that play-in tournament, I don't know what's gonna. I want to have confidence in them to win the play-in tournament. They're 32. They're 32 and 22. There are 6 teams within 7 games of each other. Then you have Miami Heat. You have New York Knicks, all who have 30 games as well too. So it can be a tight race, and for Brooklyn, there's a good chance they may miss the playoffs if Kevin Durant doesn't come back. And you guys and the Brooklyn Nets are trending downward. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm getting out of Dodge. I don't care what people say about me. I have a championship. I'm getting out of Dodge. The Phoenix Suns were looking for KD at one point, and I think if you do make a trade, I think Devin Booker, maybe some draft picks for KD, would be a nice fair trade. So Chris Paul and Kevin Durant can play with each other. Have Ayton, another big guy. That will be a crazy unit, with 2 vets like that. And then Brooklyn gets a young guy that can kind of fit the mold of that team that, with all those draft picks they have as well too. So I don't think that Kevin Durant should stay with Brooklyn. Plus that owner, I hate to say it, the owner's a prick. I think the whole situation with Kyrie Irving could have been handled better. You have that mentality coming down from some owners, like forcing people to do certain things and act certain ways, and not just sitting down and having a conversation, understanding your players. There's always a rift, and if I were Kyrie, I wouldn't want to win. I wouldn't want to win for that owner as well too. Regardless of how people felt, how off Kyrie was, there has to be a more of communication between you and the owner, and understanding from the owner as well too. So. I think that Kevin Durant should do his best, and they said that they're having conversations. They're talking. They're talking about Kevin Durant. They say they're not going to trade him before the deadline. I personally think if someone throws something on the table, they should trade him. But remember, Kevin Durant asked to be traded this past all season, and then he took that back. So if I'm Kevin Durant, I'm saying, hey, look, I'm getting out of Dodge. I'm looking at potential landing spots. Brooklyn, I think they have their opportunity, and they're going to be trending downward. A lot of teams don't want to be players and just people don't want to be associated with Brooklyn. And I think this is kind of a downward spiral that's about to happen with that franchise, mainly because the way the rift between the owner and Kyrie and how everyone saw it. So we'll see what happens. But Kevin Durant, I would be surprised if he's moved before Thursday. But that's something I would definitely like to see.